What is up, guys? North Digital Assets coming at you with another video. In this video, we're going to cover CKB. Thank you to all the subscribers who continue to watch the videos, even though the market has been flat for months. For the most part, I haven't done as many CKB videos lately just because CKB has been pretty flat. There hasn't been too much to cover besides buy the dip, buy the dip, buy the different dips, which I have talked about in my videos, my Cardano videos, CKB videos, etc. We've talked about buying the dip, even though it doesn't feel like an opportunity. Later, you see that it is, and I said that many times. CKB is looking bullish. Let's take a look at the chart. CKB moving forward here. So, CKB right now on the daily, trying to find a little bit of momentum. We've gotten a little bit. We were bottomed out at 1 cent here. Trying to get a little bit of momentum. Obviously, you want the 20, the green line, to come up over the 55, the red line, to get. You want to get a little momentum. You are at the top here, but where I want to go on the stock RSI, but where I want to go is to the weekly here, and this is important here, okay? So, on the weekly time frame here, right here, the stock RSI, just like I said with Cardano, when Cardano was at 80 cents very recently, when you tap off zero like this, you had a little tap here, and then it came lower, it tapped again. When you've been down here plenty amount of time, you get this curvature back up. Bitcoin's starting to become more bullish. Is Bitcoin starting wave 5? Very possible. Pretty likely. We'll see. But regardless, the whole market is warming up. This here on the weekly stock RSI, we haven't seen this movement like this coming out of the gutter since here. And when is that? That is around July 19th, 2021, when we had that other bottom. And then what happened? That's when we made that major run up, and we were running towards that 4 cents, okay? So what usually happens with the weekly stock RSI when this happens and you start to get this movement? This right here, to me, could I be wrong? Yes, but this to me is showing within how the rest of the market is looking that the weeks ahead are going to be very bullish for CKB. We are going to have some very nice weeks coming ahead based off this here, okay? Just like Cardano. Cardano actually came down though, and it did a W double tap pattern just like this. Here, this one was a little flat, but either way, I see this having momentum to the upside in the coming weeks. There could be, if we go back to the daily, there could be a little bit of sideways action in the meantime for volume and waiting for the market to the market's kind of simmering and kind of bubbling. But you do have this pattern here on the stock RSI on the daily where you come up and you could make this M pattern, start to come back towards the bottom. When this happens on the daily stock RSI, while this line is going down, basically CKB would just be kind of sideways or kind of flat. It might come down a little bit, but what's going to happen is, what could definitely happen is the stock RSI on the daily, it kind of cools off. You are still obviously very bullish on the weekly. So let me erase that. So basically at that point in time, the weekly stock RSI and the daily stock RSI and the rest of the market would be warming up at the same time, which would be good. That would be bullish momentum in the weeks ahead, moving forward from now. Let's go to the 4 hourly here. The 4 hourly looks beautiful for CKB. It could be a little bit more aggressive, but it looks pretty damn good. We had this cross here, and you don't know if a lot of these are fake outs, but we had this cross on the 4 hourly on March 18th. So six days ago. So we had that on the 4 hourly, and instead of the green line coming up and then just crossing back over, and it was a fake out, it came up, it flattened out a little bit, and then it kept moving, and now we're getting some movement here. And again, we want the stairs. We don't want this shoot up, shoot down. You don't want that. We want these stairs, and that is good for CKB that we're starting to see. Do we go sideways a little bit here while the stock RSI cools off down here? Go a little bit sideways, and then you start to go up again, and you're building those stairs, and that is more healthy than these movements that just shoot straight up and then shoot straight back down. We've seen that many times. Also, when the market is flat for that many days, for months, basically since October, late October-ish, the market's been down or flat. So let me show you something here that I do like on the weekly for CKB, for the correction being over. Let's see here, let's move this here. So just like Bitcoin, a similar movement, A, B, C. Is the correction over? Very possible, very possible. And during this movement, you have this A, B, C, A, B, C, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is that 3, 3, 5 running flat scenario for CKB, meaning the three movements, and then 5 movements, and that's the running flat. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if that is the bottom, we're going to see some nice movement moving forward for CKB. And I think we're going to see nice movement moving forward for CKB from here, and from now in the coming weeks ahead. Definitely, this is a big factor of that here. The weekly stock RSI finally bottoming out, oversold for a long time. Oversold for how long? Let's see here. Oversold, and this oversold zero conditions for, I mean, you got 63 days just there. And it was pretty low for even longer than that. So bullish, looking forward for CKB. We'll start to cover some CKB more often here. We'll start to get some more drawings out, some more price targets, price predictions. Still looking out. Not going to change any of that. Never have. That is 13 cents, the 1618. That hasn't changed, isn't going to. We can also look at a price target of around 8 cents if that was a bottom, and that would be obviously before the 13 cents, but that would be another version of a price target, which is this swing high here, this swing low here. Do the Fibonacci, the 1618, 8 cents. And no, it doesn't happen overnight. It has to come up, back test a fib level, come up, back test a fib level, come up, back test a fib level, come up. And eventually we can get it, we can really explode when we get closer to an altcoin season. I wouldn't think an altcoin season would be until Bitcoin makes its major run well over $100,000 for Bitcoin. Bitcoin runs well over $100,000, and altcoin season is after Bitcoin tops, like previous cycles. I would say that this cycle has just been a little bit confusing because it is so much longer. Each cycle is getting longer, and it's getting a little flatter. The angle isn't as extreme, but there is still going to be boatloads of money to be made in this market. It's definitely not too flat. But that is my take on that. And you know, just remember, just a week or two ago, people were saying that I was basically crazy and that it was copium and hopium and blah 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 blah. Like I said, Cardano, I said it 80 cents, optimal buy. And if that ends up being the bottom, we don't revisit that 80 cents, then I was calling the bottom of Cardano within 4 cents, I believe, of the actual bottom. So like I said, with that stock RSI, like I was saying, and people were saying that's, you know, that's not going to happen, whatever. Look now, I mean, even from a week or two ago, we've had major movements throughout the market. We've had 80% movements, 50%, 30% on some coins, but a lot of coins well over 100%. We have some movement. Bitcoin's looking to start that wave 5, in my opinion, and things could start to get pretty damn bullish for us. So it's looking good, guys. Hopefully you DCA'd in when you could. And I'm just going to hold and stay patient and keep waiting. And we're going to start releasing some more videos on a lot of different coins. Because for a while there was nothing to say besides, you know, DCA. Try to find the bottom, find the dip, buy the dip. You know, could go a little lower. But we were thinking Bitcoin was going to bottom out in that low 30,000 range, that 32, 33,000. And maybe it has. Maybe it did. Maybe we're looking for wave 5. And that's nobody's got the crystal ball. We've been trying our best. But I was buying the dip during this time and just staying bullish and waiting for that wave 5, waiting for that blow off top, waiting for Bitcoin to run over 100,000, waiting for altcoin season, all that shit that never happened. That's what we've been waiting on. So that's what we're going to be looking at moving forward. I'll show you one more thing, and then that'll be the end of this video. We're going to go here. We are going to remove all drawings. We're back to the daily. And let's see here. So resistance, resistance, resistance. Where are we going to find a ton of resistance? At 2 cents. That's where the most resistance is. But the next resistance level, we need to break above this mountain here. And this mountain basically ends at like 1.2 cents. So we're almost there. If we can get above this 1.2 cents here, we can bounce off of it and kind of roll here. And it would take us up to this 1.4 to 1.6 cents area is more resistance. So 1.4 to 1.6 cents is resistance, but we need to just get above this 1.2. This we should cut through pretty easy, and we could cut up to 1.4 relatively easy. Then there'll be another battle between 1.4 and 1.6. Break above that, scoop up, and go battle 2 cents. So those are basically some targets that we are looking at. Anyways, that's going to be it for this video, guys. Hope you liked it. Smash up the like button. Subscribe if you're a CKB fan. We remained bullish through this whole time. I was trying to show you with Bitcoin the waves and whatnot, and we'll continue to release videos. So keep watching, and we're gonna have some good stuff coming out. So, anyways, thanks guys for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. See ya.